Have you ever noticed something strange? The people everyone runs to for advice, those ones who always know what to say, how to say, the ones who somehow keep everyone else's world from falling apart, they are often the same people quietly falling apart themselves. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're listening from. Welcome to the NexusMindPodcast. I am your host, Abiola Michael. And I am genuinely grateful you've chosen to spend the next few minutes of your time with me. So, whether you're listening during your morning commute, taking a quiet walk, walking late into the night, or simply searching for clarity, I want you to know this. You're not just listening to a podcast, you're joining a conversation. So, settle in, open your mind, and let's start today's journey together. Today's conversation is one of the most personal I've ever shared. It's not built around a success story, it's built around a realization that humbled me. Yesterday, I had to confront a truth I had spent years avoiding, a truth that completely shattered the way I saw myself. Because I discovered that the person everyone turns to for answers couldn't answer the questions in his own life. Yesterday, life cornered me, not with dramatic tragedy though, not with chaotic event, just one moment, one conversation, one uncomfortable realization that completely changed the image I had of myself. Because I realized something I never wanted to admit. I have become the person everyone comes to for answers. But when my own life hits a wall, I couldn't answer a single question. I couldn't fix my own problem. And maybe that's exactly where you are too. If you have ever felt like you're everyone's anchor while secretly drowning on your own, just stay with me because today's conversation isn't about motivation, it's about survival. I've always believed I was a blessing to people. In fact, I still believe I am a blessing to people. I genuinely love helping people. If someone calls me with a problem, I'm already thinking of three possible solutions before they even finish talking. If someone's dream is falling apart, I am trying to help them rebuild. Now that's just who I am. But yesterday, after hours of soliloquizing, questioning, and relaying and replaying conversations in my head, I asked myself one honest question. As much as I have been a blessing to others, who has actually been a blessing to me too? Now, not because nobody cared, not because something far from being good, no, but something very dangerous had happened. I had accidentally trained everyone around me to believe that I don't need help. Think about it. If you have spent years being everyone's problem solver, you're the problem solving guy or lady, why would anyone assume you have problems? If every conversation ends with you saying, I've got it, I'm fine, I'll figure it out, don't worry, people eventually believe you. They stop checking in, not because they are cruel, not because they are bad, but because you have become an image of strength. And images don't cry. Images don't panic. Neither do images break. Only people do. Then another truth hits me. Maybe, just maybe, the reason nobody saw my pain was because I spent years hiding it so well. Because I couldn't blame anyone, actually. How can someone help solve a problem that doesn't really exist? How can someone carry a burden and a reading behind a smile? How can anyone rescue someone who keeps insisting they are perfectly fine? Now, that wasn't strength. That was just ego wearing confidence as a disguise. Transformation rarely begins with clarity, it begins with discomfort. The more I reflected, the more I started questioning everything I believed about strength. To be honest, we've been taught that maturity means independence, successful people don't need help, that leaders always know the answers, that the strongest person in the room is the one carrying the most weight. But actually, humans are not designed that way. As humans, we are wired for interdependence. Yes, we are meant to help people, as well as we are also meant to be helped. Somewhere along the line, I accepted the first half of that truth, but I rejected the second one. Then I started asking myself more difficult questions. Do my friends even know I am struggling? Or have I made my life look so organized that nobody thinks to ask how I am really doing? Have I confused capability with emotional invisibility? And perhaps, am I surrounding myself with people who comfort me or people who challenge me? Because there is a difference, a massive one at that. Some people notice your pain and simply watch. Others notice your pain and step into it with you. Some people clap when you're succeeding, while others quietly rebuild when you're falling apart. Now, those are not the same group of people. And if we are honest, many of us, we keep observers close while we push away the people who tell us the truth. Why? Because the truth actually feels invasive. It hurts. Healing rarely comes from people who simply watch. Healing comes from people willing to interrupt your self-deception. People who tell you the truth. Then I realized something else. The people I quietly resented might actually hold the answers to my prayers. Not because they are perfect, but because they were not impressed by my capability or marks. They saw through it. Those uncomfortable conversations I avoided, those people I kept at arm's length. Some of them carrying the keys my pride refused to receive. Now that realization humbled me deeply. I was humbled. Now here is what changed inside of me. I stopped asking myself, why is everyone or anyone not helping me? The question changed. Have I made it possible for anyone to help me? Now that is a completely different conversation. Because vulnerability isn't announcing your weakness, it is creating room for someone else's strength. Now read that again in your heart. Sometimes miracles are not another solution. Sometimes miracle is finally letting someone know you need help. Sharing that problem with someone. Now that changed everything for me. Not overnight and not dramatically, but honestly. And honesty is where healing begins. When you honestly tell yourself the truth, that is the beginning of change. So if you're listening today and you're exhausted from carrying everyone's problem, here are a few things I hope you will remember. First, I need you to audit your inner circle. Now, not everyone around you is assigned to be a strength to you. Some people are spectators just there to watch, others are critics, while some are simply passing through. But a precious few are genuine people, genuine problem solvers, genuine helpers. Now, when you find these people, protect your relationship with them, invest in them, and make sure to drop your armor. True competence is a gift, but pretending you don't struggle, pretending you don't have a problem, is not a gift. That is deception. Because every problem hidden behind pride becomes a problem nobody gets the opportunity to solve. Strength isn't pretending you're unbreakable. Strength is trusting someone enough to let them see your problem. And finally, release resentment. Human beings are complicated. Very true. Sometimes the very person you have overlooked, misunderstood, or even quietly distance yourself from may carry the conversation or wisdom, opportunity, or even the perspective that unlocks your next season. So do not let pride make you blind to unexpected grace. So hear me. It is not a sin to be fragile. It is not a crime to be delicate. You don't lose your strength by asking for help. You reveal your humanity. So here's my prayer for you and honestly for myself. May the people who are truly capable of helping you finally see you. May they recognize your hidden burdens before they become unbearable. May they refuse to applaud your strength while ignoring your suffering. And may you finally get the courage to stop hiding behind capability long enough to receive the healing you have been quietly praying for. If today's conversation felt like it was describing your life, please don't disappear after this episode. Come into the comments, tell your story. Someone reading might realize they are not alone, and someone else might be carrying the exact answers you have been waiting for. Until next time, stay mindful, stay honest, and welcome to the NexusMindPodcast. See you in the next episode.